Welcome along to episode 845 of the Milk Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever. Coming up on the show this week, we hear about the latest production from the Grange Players. Andrew Rogers, one of the trustees at Compton Care, lets us know about his 25 in 25 as he tackles 25 half marathons this year. Jasmine Gardosi lets us know about their single After the Black as we find out about their collaboration with Dan Whitehouse. Lichfield Operatic Society are going to be along to talk all about Rock of Ages, and we'll be having a natter with author and blogger Robert Taylor as we find out about his travels and how you can read about them online.
Welcome to the Milk Bar. 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 Welcome to the Milk Bar.
The Grange Players are back in action once more, this time with flat spin. Somebody who I'm hoping has learnt his lines already is Rod Bissett, who joins me now. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing well. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. And hopefully, by the time the director comes to listen to this, I will be completely off book.
Okay, that'll help. Right, it's not an Acheborn, so it means you can't go wrong with this, can you?
Oh, absolutely not. No. So this one though is it's a comedy as you expect from Egborn, but it's part of a trilogy that he wrote as part of the Damsels in Distress. So this one follows a lonely out of work actress called Rosie Seymour, who's helping out her uncle by flat sitting in London. She's a bit down in the dumps because she's just lost out on an acting gig when a rather lovable idiot knocks on the door.
Oh, don't tell me you're not playing that, are you?
I am the lovable idiot.
That's
I am
I could.
typecast.
How did I guess?
It comes with the territory, unfortunately. Um, and so she's hoping for a little bit of romance, and as luck would have it, she ends up drawn into a rather dangerous world of espionage, mistaken identities. It's a little out of Eightborn's remit as just a straight up farce, whereas this one's got some thrilling elements as our character Rosie's going from comic misunderstandings into genuinely perilous situations, testing not only her nerve but her talent for improvisation as an actress.
Sounds like an amazing show. It all runs from the 11th of September to Thursday, right the way through until Saturday the 20th. So plenty of chances to see this in the wonderfully intimate Grange Playhouse.
That's it, exactly. Yeah.
So, how big is the cast for this? Because it sounds like there's a few interactions to be had.
We've got quite a few. We've got a cast of seven on this one.
Hmm.
So we've got playing the lead female Rosie is, and I have to be nice because she's doing very well. It's my wife, Sarah.
Hmm. So it does make the love interest a little more, acceptable and believable as well, doesn't it?
It's certainly making the argument scenes a lot more believable. It's like we've method acted it.
Love it.
We've also got Sam Allen, who's playing Annette, who's the like housing like estate lady, getting Rosie the job. We've got the rather mysterious and not to be trifled with Edna Stricken being played by Esther Horton. Whereas Cole Horton, he's playing Maurice, who's a rather mysterious chap with Tracy not far behind him, and that's being played by Abby Simpson. And then we've got the hapless, protective Tommy Angel being played by Jill Simkin.
So a good lineup of very talented performers from the Grange.
Oh, fantastic. Anyone who's regular to the Grange will recognise that every member of the cast as being someone of quality. And I'm pleased to say that our director for this one is a young lady called Lucy Talbot, who is a recent Grange adoptee, and this
Hmm.
is her directorial debut.
Oh, jolly good fun too. So that's all good, and that brings more enthusiasm to the part as well, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like her enthusiasm's rubbing off on the rest of us, and we're absolutely loving all that we're doing so far.
Okay, so we're now officially into the new season, are we? Or is
Yeah.
this is the start of that exciting time ahead after everyone's had holidays?
Oh, yeah. So this is
Uh,
now our 74th season, and we've got a lot more exciting things coming up for people.
so what is on the way?
So after Flat Spin, we have got the very chilling, dark thriller Mind Game. Come January, when we're all in need of a bit of a laugh, we've got Jeeves and Worcester in A Perfect Nonsense.
Mm.
Come March, we're going to be doing the female version of The Odd Couple.
Right.
Come May time, we'll be doing Agatha Christie's Mirror Cracked. And in July, we are doing the romantic comedy Love or Best Offer.
Well, we'll talk all about those and get the detail on them as we get closer to them. Obviously, these haven't all been cast either yet, so there's a lot to talk about there when we do get that far. But
Oh,
for
absolutely.
in the meantime, I know that you can go to Ticket Source and find the Grange Players events there. What's the easiest way of seeing what you're up to on the socials?
So if you go to our website, that's grangeplayers.co.uk, that gives you all the information. We have recently launched a brand new Facebook page. We weren't happy with the old one. And so anyone who used to follow us, if you can go to Grange Players Warsaw, you will find our new fresh page on the go there. We're on Instagram, we're on Threads. And if you want to just do it the old fashioned way of getting a ticket, you can phone the box office on 07909 036 835.
That all important website though, grangeplayers.co.uk, all the links to everything else from there, and that box office 07909 036 835. Get your tickets, get along. It is the wonderful flat spin. It is from the 11th through to the 20th of September, and they are the Grange Players, and they're wonderful. Rod Bissett, good to speak to you as ever. Thanks for joining us, and have a great time with it, and break a leg.
Thank you, Jason. Always a pleasure.
Lichfield Operatic Society are on stage with Rock of Ages from the 16th through to the 20th September. James and Shannon are here to tell me more about the show. How are you doing both?
Not bad at all, thank you.
Oh,
Very well.
Thank you. Yeah, really good.
Okay, so tell us what you're doing in the show to start off with. Who are you?
Shannon, you're more important than me. You go ahead.
Oh, no, don't. So I'm playing Sherry in the show. She's, the small town girl. She's got big dreams, moving to LA. So yeah, she's a very fun character, very quirky, very naive at times, but she's great fun to play.
James?
Does enjoy getting mugged.
She does enjoy getting that.
Okay, right. We'll put that one out there. Who are you then, James?
I am Lonnie Barnett, so I'm the narrator of the piece, but I'm also in the show as well, playing the sound guy at the Bourbon Room. So I get to step in and out of the fourth wall, as it were.
Now, does that make it more fun for you?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, yeah. I mean, I say I love being able to freewheel, sometimes because my grasp of lines, it's actually a necessity. But it's massive fun. The show, the storyline it's quirky, it's funny, it's silly, but it's got a bit of everything. It's got some heart and it's got a hell of a lot of humour. But the driving vehicle is the amazing music.
Absolutely, as it is a song-ridden show. They are absolutely everywhere. You can't move for them. And they're all absolute rock classics, aren't they?
Oh, big song.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Without a doubt. The singing is a challenge.
Keeping your hairpiece on is a challenge. The singing's is hard work for everybody, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. Yeah, even the people in the bass line are having to work hard.
So I know you've been out having fun with this over the summer, doing songs at all sorts of shows and festivals, and that's sort of given everybody a bit of excitement about it too. And with the amazing cast you've got, I mean, you're just two of the very talented people who are part of this. It's a brilliant lineup, isn't it?
Yeah. The cast are amazing, aren't they? And there's such high energy numbers in there as well, and everyone's been giving it their all. And the energy when we're rehearsing is just you can't match it, can you?
No, you really can't. Shannon's a couple of years older than me, obviously. I've been in the society for about 30 years, and I genuinely believe this is one of the nicest, fun, most talented casts I've ever worked with in that time. It's from start to finish. It's just been incredible. But the energy.
I did say just a brilliant lineup. I say with Lewis Collier Smith playing Drew. You've got Adam Merrill playing Stacey Jacks. Now, tell us about your Dennis, because this is another big role, isn't it?
My Dennis, yes, my Dennis. Played by Connor, and he's a steady powerhouse with
That's
guides
a
us.
great way to
It,
describe him,
it is.
actually. Yeah,
It
yeah.
really is. You know, I mean, Connor himself is he's, you know, a very serious person, but he really does give us something to anchor around throughout all the lines. He's absolutely fantastic. And again, singing, brilliant. Energy, brilliant. And when you know, me and Connor on the small side of things, we're being put through our paces.
Yeah, I think the relationship that Lonnie and Dennis have on the stage, it's one that the audience are gonna fall in love with because it's just fantastic and so funny.
Someone else I'm going to fall in love with is Mariah playing Regina Coons as well.
Oh yeah, she is incredible, and the power and the the power she's got in her, how she delivers her vocals and her action is just it's brilliant.
Don't, but if when you look at Mariah, you cannot imagine for a second what could possibly come out of her. It's just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. She's brilliant.
Well, it's going to be an amazing show, and because Lichfield Operatic going back, more than a century. I know you're one of the original members, James, and it's just a really amazing group to be part of, and the talent knows no end, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, the start to finish, and I mean, all these years I've been here, the people that have pulled this society through from the old days, the old-fashioned Rogers and Hammerstein, Gilbert and Sullivan shows. There's always been an absolute talent for the singing, the movement, more singing, you know.
Hence the operatic thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I think coming into the modern age, there's younger people on the society. There's younger production directors, choreographers, and music directors. They've pulled us in a different direction. So it's made, you know, big blokes like me stand at the front of the dance, and I've been trying to avoid it for such a long time. But, you know,
And you're phenomenal.
Oh,
yeah.
We're enjoying it. Let's just say that.
We're definitely enjoying it. Yeah.
Oh, the audiences will too. It'll be brilliant. Tuesday the 16th through to Saturday the 20th. You've got a Saturday matinee as well as the 7:30 shows each day of the whole run. LichfieldGarrick.com to get your tickets. 01543 412121 is the box office number. Of course, we can see Lichfield Operatic Society online as well, can't you? So there's some great rehearsal shots and all on all your socials, etc.
Oh, every social. We've got the choreographer, Charlotte Middleton. She is a marketing genius. She loves the TikToks. She loves the Facebook. Instagram. I'm not as keen, but we are all over the internet at the moment, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, worth checking out. Yeah.
Give Lichfield Operatic Society a search. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, Shannon, James, have a fantastic time with the show. Break a leg, keep all hair pieces in place, and hit every single note because, with the Rock of Ages, you got to do it justice. And I absolutely know you will. Thanks for joining us. Have a great time with it all.
Oh,
thank you so much,
Jason.
Jason. Thank you. Bye bye.
With a fusion of spoken word, weird melodic sounds, and piano. After the Black is out there highlighting the world of the Black Country, and it's been brought to life by Dan Whitehouse and Jasmine Gardosi. Jazz is with me now. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
All good here, and loving the sound of this piece. It's ethereal. I think could be is a good way of covering off what we have. Your world of sort of beatboxing brings in the rhythm of your speech and the almost percussion-like delivery on the lyrics, sort of punching sounds and ideas into your head.
I'd never seen it like that before, but I love that you heard that in it. Thank you.
It's an interesting piece because it's a sort of fusion, and it's described in the press release of having industrial layers, very much like the Black Country itself. And I think that's part of what you're getting there. You're hearing different parts of a well-oiled machine bringing the music together. I mean, Dan's probably more years than he cares to remember in the music world, coupled with your freshness, particularly with the poetry world that you sort of inhabit too. I think we've got something here which is very special and very sort of Midlands based.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. You're right about it being a well-oiled machine. I'm loving the poetic analogy there as well. We're talking about the Black Country. Excellent. Which is maybe more like a rusty but well-loved machine. But the well-oiled machine of Dan Whitehouse just being amazing. And he works as such a great team with Ryan Pinson. And just watching them both in the studio together, Dan just whipping out a guitar or random other instruments, which he thinks is going to go well over the piano that I composed. And me just sitting there in the chair thinking, I think this bit needs a bit of the whatever like non-technical terms, and then Dan Whitehouse or Ryan is able to say, I think you mean an EBO. Let's do an EBO. And so they sort an EBO out, or Ryan is able to create this amazing kind of industrial synth. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well-oiled machine. They work great together. It was really nice to watch and hear them work. You know what I mean?
But when you're then bringing vocals to that, which way round was it? I mean, was it vocals added? Was it a full collaboration the whole time, or was there a sort of a halfway house between the two?
It was a back and forth. So really, the seed of the idea and the prompt came from Dan. It was from the Diva Dudley's, Dudley Divas, I should say, project, which is all about creating new folk songs, but not folk songs from any other place but the Black Country. So he asked a question. He said, what would it be like to think about the Black Country as the groaning belly of a Titan? What is there grief there? This proud industrial region which has now kind of been left behind almost. What is the heritage? Is it a bit bereft in a way? Because it used to be grand and now it's being left behind. You know, it's many regions are considered deprived in the Black Country. What happens there? And there's a bit of grief around that. And so I was very inspired, and I was also close to someone at the time. This was in the dead of winter, who was going through a bereavement at the time. And so from that question, I was inspired by Dan, because he'd asked me, can you write something? Can you write a commission for this project? And so I just hunched over my piano. I was very cold because it was winter and my heating isn't great. And I had these thoughts of grief and loss around me as well. And, you know, everything outside was so barren, so stark. I was researching the history of the Black Country and how everything felt dead. Everything was dead. No birds flew through the sky. Everything was coated in black. And I thought, oh gosh, you know, sometimes we feel coated in black. Sometimes we feel as bleak as the Black Country felt. So what would it be like if I wrote a song which wasn't just addressed to the Black Country? It could be addressed to a person as well when we're feeling like the Black Country. So I just hunched over my piano, and I don't often compose songs, but this one just flew out. It was the piano first, and then the words from them came so naturally. As soon as I had the piano and the words composed, Dan said, "This is beautiful. I think we need to do more with it." And that's where he brought himself on board. That's where, he was always part of it, but it's where he brought himself on board as an amazing musical influence, and Ryan as well.
When you listen to it, I mean, you've got the sort of fire in the belly that the Black Country had. It may have been soot and difficult times and hard work, toil, sweat, but also there's the fire beneath. And the Black Country folk have always known how to sort of rise above what life has thrown at them in some ways, to show the skills they have, which is really the core of who they were. And, it wasn't all just people who were only able to hit a hammer. You look at the quality of the workmanship there as well. There's brains behind that, brawn.
Oh, absolutely. And that's something that we've been able to celebrate with the Divas, the Dudley Divas project as well, which is wonderful. And I think it's worth Black Country being remembered for more than just Brawn, if you like, or this place. It's been equated to Mordor a little bit, and when we think of Mordor, we think of orcs, and that's a horrible sort of association almost. It's fascinating, but also a horrible association. And there is more to that. There is a pride and determination, and that speaks to the grit of I mean, Black country is incredible, and I know so many amazing artists who come from the Black country, so many musicians, so many poets who are absolutely flipping things up, especially in my hometown of Birmingham. So I completely agree with you there.
Do you think you would have come to this in the same way if you hadn't been poet laureate for Birmingham from 22 to 24? Or, yeah, how do you think that sort of thing influenced your body of work?
It's connected me so much with people around me. It's made me very and where I am locally, and it's made me appreciate so much being able to be an ambassador, not just for Birmingham as a city, but also the region. Black country is very much a part of that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm made up of mixture heritage, and so is Birmingham, and so is the Black country, so is our region. So being very aware of our surroundings and what makes us up and how much it makes us. Like, we're more compassionate people for everything we've been through, for having lived in this region, because of everything that we've been through and all the bad rap that we get and the deprivation that we've faced, but also the determination that we've kind of grown out of it. So yeah, I'd say it has absolutely influenced it.
And how do you feel someone listening to this might sort of take a step back and say, you know, Jazz performed this, but what was going through their mind? Do you think they can get all of that from where your sort of point of view comes from? Because I feel there's something for everybody there. Can they feel your soul in this?
That's such a beautiful question. They won't know the backstory. They won't know what season I wrote this in. They can probably guess. They won't know that someone close to me was going through a really tough time. But they don't need to. They just need to feel. And this is, you said it perfectly. This is for someone who maybe knows exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the Black country, or maybe it's someone who knows exactly what I'm talking about, who has gone through a dark time, who is going through a dark time. I want this this song to be interpreted 100 million thousand ways, depending on who's listening to it, because we all go through our own very unique dark time, and we all become a Black country sometimes when things get really hard and dark. So I hope that everyone can take something from it and take their own source of hope from it.
Yet still having the strength to sort of fuel the world as well, which of course the Black country did for so long.
You are a poet, Jason.
No, I've checked. You're the poet for definite. I'm here to help you interpret, but it all sounds absolutely amazing. Loving the track itself. So, where do people go to stream this and enjoy? Because I think it's available via Dan Whitehouse's Bandcamp page, isn't it?
It is, and it's also on a small platform called Spotify.
I've heard of that.
Oh yeah, just about.
So give it a search. You're looking for After the Black. That's the name of the track. Dan Whitehouse, Jasmine Gardosi, the two names attached to it. You will then find yourself being part of it, I think, as well. That's part of its story. Yeah,
well, 100%. I mean, this is really the first thing I've properly made, and so it's very much part of my first journey as a musician, really. And that's thanks to Dan. Sometimes I'm more likely to sit on something that I've made instead of releasing it. So I have to thank Dan for being like, okay, let's get this in the studio. Let's make this ready for release. Let's get this out there.
You let your work out into the wild. We will enjoy it and interpret it our way, and hopefully share that with you. So it hopefully brings it new life to you in its own special way. Then,
yeah, please, I'd love to hear people's interpretations of it. Let's make it together.
Yeah, I think we could. Can we find you on the socials as well?
Yes, I'm at Jasmine Gardosi on Instagram, so you can find me there.
Oh, Jazz, great to speak to you. Thank you for joining us, and we'll take a listen to the track now.
Thanks so much, Jason. Though you are coated in black, and your bones are heavy iron, and it feels like there is no human left inside of you. Though your laugh is manufactured, and your chest echoes like a steel hull, and all your spirit can do is clank on through. Though your lungs can only hiss and thud, and the blood in your veins are lugged like chains through a black country. When you become a black country, when you are the darkness that stretches for miles, a permanent dusk of soot and dust, there is a time. Landscape of pits, gouged deep as graves, your natural resources overmined and exhausted. There is a time, though you smoked the sun out with your clouds and choke on your own air now, though your hopes rise and crash like the hill piles of ash, there is a time, though nothing can grow from you, and your rivers run black, though no birds want to fly through the crime in your skies. There is a time, though you stay dark by day, then burn by night, an eternal cycle of charcoal and fire. There is a time after the black.
Now, one of the ambassadors for Compton Care is doing something just to prove how much they love and adore the brilliant work this charity does. It's going to involve 327 miles of running. That is 25 marathons in 2025. Andrew Rogers is here to tell me about the utter madness that he's putting himself through. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Jason. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. So, plenty of blister plasters to hand, I'm sure. But tell us about the challenge and how on earth this came about.
Probably best to rewind the clock just a couple of years, if that's possible. Give you a bit more information of how I got here. So roll back to 2020. Lockdown one, if you'll remember, seems like a long time ago now, but it was just over 5 years ago. And I was at home, self-employed with my daughter, and on social media, and up pops a little message from Compton Care that says anybody out there would do a little 5K mud run to raise some much needed funds during possibly one of their darkest hours during the pandemic. And I looked at my daughter, and she's a primary school teacher and was off as everything was closed down. I said, look, probably our time to step up. Now, we're not runners. We haven't run since, well, I haven't run since the playground in the 1980s. So it's been a long time ago. But I thought, you know what? It's a good time to give back to a charity, which means a lot to me. My parents both spent time at Compton. My father in 2007, my mum in 2009. And I thought, now's a good time. So we donned some very old dusty trainers, and we downloaded an app called Couch to 5K, which was a game changer for us. We downloaded this app and started to trot around the garden 3 times a week to build up a little bit of strength and a bit of confidence. And it simply escalated from there, to be honest.
Well, yeah, with massive challenges, various fundraising, 10K runs already undertaken. The fact that you've got a fundraising total in excess of £18,000 already for Compton Care, and you've been doing this battle to get 25 marathons in 25. So
Yeah, so
how far through are you at the moment?
so it's 25 half marathons, just to confirm. I haven't
Okay.
quite got to the 25 marathons yet, but I said this year for 2025, I'll do something different. I'll do 25 half marathons. I've done 16. My 17th will be on Sunday at the Great North Run up in South Shields, Newcastle.
Hmm.
That will be number 17. And then I've got one to do pretty much every weekend now until the end of the year. The icing on the cake really is to get me fit to run the Chicago Marathon, which is on the 12th of October. And this is a bit of a dream come true for me because to get a place to run a world major is something that doesn't come too easy. So I'll be running the Chicago Marathon for Compton on the 12th of October. So that's the reason to push the challenge, to get fit and to finish another world championship. I've done London and I've done Berlin.
Hmm.
So to go to America to run it is something very special. So, but yeah, the training's hard, as you can imagine. My
Hmm.
knees are 58 years old, as am I. So they're a bit creaky, and but they're well looked after. And yeah, it's going well so far, touch wood.
Plenty of cod liver oil to keep things lubricated as well, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot. It's getting the training is tough. You know, running a marathon is not easy, as you can imagine. It's not for everybody. But when you do look at the fine work that the charity does, I joined as a trustee during COVID, joined the board just to help them with some of their retail propositions. And when you look at the marvelous work they do and they give to the local community, you know, running a few half marathons and a marathon is the least I could do to give back.
Congratulations on everything you've done so far. Good luck with the forthcoming marathons, including your trip across the pond. It's going to be brilliant. If you want to support content through this, justgiving.com/page/ Andrew Rogers 9. That's how you find it. Just giving. Search for Andrew Rogers is probably also an easy way of doing it. Links from the content pages too.
Yeah,
I mean, there's all sorts of ways. I mean, if you're inspired and you want to donate, that's absolutely brilliant. If you fancy getting involved in an event for Compton Care, there's all sorts going on at comptoncare.org.uk/events. And yeah, hopefully you're inspiring others to raise funds for what we both know is an amazing cause.
yeah, you don't have to run marathons, of course, as you rightly say. There's other options. There's a walk, a memory walk coming up in September, which is a really good way of just meeting other people that have a close connection to what a wonderful charity. So yeah, you haven't got to run marathons. There's other options.
I mean, find out all the details, as we say, comptoncare.org.uk, news stories about Andrew and all the other amazing volunteers who are doing brilliant work there. And I say, as a trustee, I know that you know the importance of what they do. I've seen it firsthand when I've visited the site, whether it's talking to some of the patients who are actually inpatients or looking and having a natter with those who visit on a day-to-day basis, or even the lymphedema service, which goes out into the community alongside everything else that happens. And these funds are not only vital but so well used, aren't they?
Absolutely, it costs over £15 million a year to run this facility now. You know, the cost creep since COVID. Like everybody else, the cost of living crisis has made it, even more expensive to run. But quietly, there's 18 fully refurbished rooms that offer outstanding care at a difficult time to patients and, of course, their families as well. So, if you can get behind us, absolutely appreciate it.
Oh, Andrew, keep up the good work, not only being part of the trustee team, part of hashtag Team Compton, but also doing the 25 in 25, your half marathon challenge. And I look forward to hearing about you completing all of that in the not too distant future.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks very much.
Now, Robert Taylor's blog, Travelling Blind, has reached his travels on the MS Geoffrey Chaucer, which we explored with Riviera Travel just a few weeks ago. I was on board alongside him, and we actually had a bit of a chat for both the podcast and the radio show at the time. Tell me about what's going on. He's here with me now. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Hi, Jason. Very well, thank you. Yourself?
Look, all good, thank you. Good to have you along. And I know that you've been reflecting on the good time that you had on board.
Yeah, it was a great time. I mean, we will certainly do one again. My wife and I are debating whether we're going to do the Danube or the Douro. Her favourite one is the Danube, mine is the Douro. So it'll be the Danube, won't it?
That's pretty much the way it's going to go. But with the traveling that you do, though, I mean, number one, being either be a partially sighted or blind is a very unusual way of coming to travel in some ways, because you wouldn't necessarily expect someone to be taking in maybe all the scenery if you are sighted. However, if you are visually impaired, it's just part of life. So you just sort of get on with everything, don't you?
Yeah, you have to. And I do rely on my wife foremost, but other people around me who are describing what they can see. I mean, at the Rhine Gorge, for example, with the vineyards and what have you, that listening to the description of that was just amazing. And yeah, of course, there are times when you would love to be able to see, but that's not the case, and that's not the way it's going to be.
And with the vineyards, at least you get to sample the output of their work and join in that way.
Well, we did have a bit, didn't we?
There was quite a lot of wine floated about, hasn't there? So that
Yeah.
was all good. So obviously, as somebody who is documenting the way your travels go, and really giving tips to others who obviously are just going to get on with life and travel and explore and experience the sounds, the smells, the touch, and the tastes of places in Europe, and you're getting value from all of those things, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've travelled since quite an early age. I mean, we had lots of periods when we were bringing up our children and family and what have you, family commitments, where we didn't do so much as we would have liked to have done. Other things have to come first. But to be honest, we're making up for it now. We're in our dotage, and to do a river cruise, and particularly the Rhine, I wouldn't say it was a dream come true necessarily, but because it was always something that I thought, it's a passport into old age. It's a portal, sorry, into old age. But that I loved it. I am old, so I think I am there now. So and I loved it, and I can't wait to do it again.
Absolutely. So you've got probably, you think, 7 to 8 episodes where you'll be exploring this. So are you going to be looking at each of the stops along the way and talking about what you experienced there?
Yes, yeah. We started off in Basel with the welcome on board and some of the characters we met, without mentioning names, of course. I mean, I will mention when we met on whichever day it was. I'll mention your name. I don't suppose you have any objections to
No
that.
problem with that. So as long as it's all favourable, that's okay. And
It can't be anything else, Jason. So, and this coming Saturday will be Stanzehorn.
So you already got the first episode out there, and then the second one is Stanza Horn, and that one was an experience in itself, because we travelled on a cable car, which is almost like a cable railway, two cables with a pulling cable in the middle, and the sounds and everything that went along with that. There was an awful lot to experience, wasn't there?
There was. I mean, I don't know whether you travelled on the upper deck or the lower deck, but we went on the upper deck, and I have to say, being out in the open like we were, and starting in sunshine and ascending into cloud, well, it was just like going into heaven, wasn't it? Which I'm sure I'm bound for at some stage. But it was a wonderful experience, wasn't it?
It was absolutely amazing, and I actually travelled between the two decks to get the difference between the two. I have to admit, the top deck was a little bit more concerning with vertigo, etc. But it was still absolutely amazing, and the views were wonderful up there, 360-degree views, and I'm sure you had that described to you as you were on the way up. But as we went into cloud, it was again almost I don't wish to jump on board and say we were experiencing some of what you were, because obviously it was nothing like that, but it's almost it was a little like that, in as much as we weren't getting what we necessarily expected due to the weather conditions.
No, I mean, that's exactly what I say in the blog. It gave everybody a chance to see the world like I see it, because it's like a permanent fog that I'm looking through, apart from a little bit around the edges of my eyes, out in the periphery. That's basically how I see the world through a bit of fog. Mind you, it was cold, wasn't it?
Yeah, hopefully you're not cold all the time like that was. So
no, I wouldn't be able to stand that, and I had to spend 76 Swiss francs or whatever it was on a hoodie, which is I've fallen for that several times going up mountains.
Yep, they've always got a shop selling hoodies, though. That's the weird part, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I think they're expecting me.
So you've got the rest of the cruise to visit, and
Yeah.
when people are listening to this, are there any bits that you really you struggled with, or was it mostly a positive experience?
In general, it was an extremely positive experience. My biggest enemy, and maybe that goes for quite a few blind people, but my biggest enemy, and speaking personally, is buffet, because I can't go up and choose my own. I have to rely on my wife. And in general, the staff did a sterling job. They said, "What do you want?" Went and got it for me and brought it to the table.
And say that is part of adapting and being assisted. And you're somebody who I know accepts that graciously and sort of gets on with what you need to do. And it is just now part of life for you. So
Yeah,
it's
and it's in their own interest to do it, Jason, because they don't want me trying to find my way back to a table with a plate full of hot food, and then some poor unfortunate is going to wear it in their lap or over their head or something, do they?
I tell you, I'm clumsy, so there's more danger from me than you. I can tell you.
I never noticed.
So you've obviously got the pleasure of telling the tales of each place you went. Now,
Yes,
how do you do? I mean, did you record some bits whilst you were there? Because I never saw you with a recorder.
that memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, total memory. And Mr. Google is an enormous help. Just what do I remember? I'm just writing the Strasbourg bit, and obviously it's in Strasbourg, so our guide was saying flock to the area because it's the main city and what have you. And the Alsatian, what are you on about the Alsatians? You picture German shepherds running about all over the place, don't you? So I had to look that up, and the Alsatian German shepherd debate went on a long time after the Second World War. I mean, it totally was. The German Shepherd had its name changed to the Alsatian by British soldiers serving in that region during the First World War because they didn't want to give the Germans credit for anything. So, and it didn't get changed back to German Shepherd until the 1970s. So things like that. I didn't pick that up on the tour, but I've learned it since.
But it's because of things that you've experienced when you've been there, and with the whole package that was there. And I think again with what we all experienced on board, it was luxurious food. It was the care, the understanding, the layout of everything was actually well designed. I think for all you may have other opinions on that, but I mean it was easy to get about, wasn't it? I thought.
Oh yeah, and I did get about on my own as well. I didn't rely on Jane to take me every which way there was. I went up on deck myself. I had a problem with the automatic doors because I couldn't find the button to open them if they weren't working on automatic, and you had to push the button. Well, where is the damn button? So. But a member of staff would see my issue, come over and push the button for me. So it wasn't too much of an issue. So there's certain things you can't do. I mean, the coffee station would have had many more visits by me if maybe somebody had been around in attendance and could have poured me my own coffee, because I probably didn't have enough caffeine on the whole tour.
But apart from your depleted caffeine, you had an amazing time. I know you were enjoying it at the time, and it's great. And it's great to have you as part of the radio program that we did on the top deck of the of the ship, and of course, talking about your book and the work that you've done there. So, where do people find you, and of course, your written word too?
The written word for the blog is Travelling Blind Blog. And you can look that up through my website, which is roberttaylorauthor.co.uk, where you'll also find information about the novels, Wish Dead List, the most recent, and Lionheart the First. So all the information is on there. We'll try and get some short stories out. There's a free short story on there which follows the main characters of the books on a Christmas episode. So that's free to every reader. Everybody can go on and visit that and enjoy that, hopefully. And yeah, so you can go into all sorts of bookshops, and I'm not saying everybody will stock it, but you can go in and order it.
Sounds like the best thing to do. If they haven't got it, get it. That'll sort it. And obviously, Christmas is on the way. It's going to make a great Christmas gift.
Right, Christmas, absolutely, yeah, yeah. And we'll be off very early in the new year to the sacrifices we have to make for our art. We're off to the Caribbean to absolutely collect more information.
No,
Nothing to do with enjoying ourselves, just to collect information.
You go and have a lovely month in the Caribbean, and I'll be at home enjoying the British winter. And but keep up the good work, keep up the writing, and we look forward to following all of your thoughts following that Riviera cruise, the Rhine cruise to Switzerland, so people get a flavour of how it works, and of course all your other travels are there too, because it goes back a good while, doesn't it? Your blog.
Oh, it does. It goes back to. I think it only goes back as far as a trip we did to Australia for my 60th, 6 years, getting on for 6 years ago now. So that was just pre-COVID. So it deals with how COVID was starting to take over as we were traveling around Australia and into Bali and what have you. So that was an interesting experience because it wasn't called COVID then; it was just coronavirus back then. So there's little things like that. And I'd just like to say, Jason, if I can, you can't go onto the website and get all the copies of the blog yet, but in the next week, we hope to start putting some of the older ones up there. We'll probably put them up about 10 at a time, and then you'll be able to go back through the introduction and the welcome that I do at the start, and then we start traveling around. I think the first one I did was probably a trip to Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand in 23, 24.
Worth a read. Give it a go.
Well, hopefully I'll make people laugh as well, So I mean, hopefully when you read the first one of Basel, you had a laugh because you recognised some of the characters.
Absolutely, it's part of the exploration. So I think and characters is part of, isn't it? You do find people on these cruises that obviously present company excluded and you're working out who they are, and it's quite intriguing. I mean, I think we both got our hearts on our sleeves.
I certainly won't be identifying them, but I think they will know who they are. I mean, we had a great evening when we first got paired up with somebody at dinner. We got paired up with a lovely couple of widows from Nottinghamshire who were retired from a major retail store. And, I'm blind, so you don't actually need to pull wool over my eyes. I've already got the wool there. So they were able to tell me they were only just into their 40s. But then the next day, they'd regressed 20 years and they were in their 20s. So
that does happen to some people. I think that's how it is.
Especially with a bit of Riesling.
Yeah, I think that makes all the difference, but there we go. Well, yeah. Robert, it was lovely to meet you on the cruise. Lovely to talk to you now. Keep me posted on your literary work. Give us your web address again where people find everything.
roberttaylorauthor.co.uk.
Simple as. Well, if I don't speak to you before, have a fantastic Christmas. It's been slightly scary wishing people a good one of those already. But have a brilliant time, and we look forward to more of your travels.
Great. Thank you very much, Jason.
That's your lot for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Back with episode 846 next week. I'll see you then. Ta-ra for now.
Goodbye from the milk bar. 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 Yeah. Goodbye from the milk bar. Yeah.